Hello everyone. In a series of tutorials, we are going to look at how to model a studio apartment and fill it with furniture and render it. Okay. So you can see that I have just begun creating the walls and then the doors. Right. So what I did was found an image with dimensions, and there are many ways to go about creating architectural drawings in 3ds Max. One way is to create the drawings in AutoCAD, or you can directly start in 3ds Max. We are going to directly start in 3ds Max and see how we can make the drawing or the layout to scale. Okay, so first step is to find an image online, or if you already have a drawing you can use that. Okay, so let us get started. What I did was create a plane and assign a material and drag the image of the studio apartment, and I will assign that material to selection and show shaded material in the viewport. Okay, so I used standard material, assigned an image map. You can see if I double click, there's the diffuse is the color, and then you can also click here and then select the image that you want to use. So now you can see that the plan is in our 3ds Max. I'll make sure that at the bottom here it is at 0, 0. Okay, if you go to customize unit setup, I have used metric centimeters, and if you go to system setup, 1 unit is going to be 1 centimeter. Okay, so make sure that the system unit setup and the display unit setup is both set to centimeters. Alright, or millimeters, whichever you prefer to use. Now you can see that the width is 3.2 meters and the length is 7.5 meters. Now the plan has weird dimensions. Here it is starting from the edge and here it is starting from the center. So we are going to assume that the wall is 10 thick. So we will add 5 and 5 here. So this becomes 3.3, or this will become 3.2 and this will become 7.4, because half will go from here and half will go from here. Okay, so we're going to stick to that. So 3.2 by 7.4 is the overall dimension. Okay, so I will use a rectangle tool to get started and create a rectangle, and then the rectangle is going to be 740 centimeters by 320 centimeters. Okay, so you can see that it is quite big, and then we can scale our plan also. Okay, so now we got the right scale to work with. Now we will create all the rectangles needed for the other part. So if you can look at the gallery, it is 3.2 by 1.2. So we'll create another rectangle, and this is going to be 120 by 320. Okay, then there's a small rectangle here, and it is, they have not mentioned the width, but I'm assuming that it is almost, this will be as wide as the door, so 90 by maybe 30 or 40. So we'll create another rectangle, and then let us say the longer one is 90 and this is 30. Okay, and then it will be placed here somewhere. Then we have to create this, so it is 145 by half of it is 155, so double is 310. So 145 by 310. So these are the dimensions that I'm assuming would be the right ones. Alright. So we almost got all our walls here. What I want to do is I want to align this exactly on top of this. So I'm going to use the snap tool and make sure that the vertex is selected. Okay, we'll deselect this, so only vertex is selected right now. So when I move it, you can see that it snaps to the vertex here, and then there's a vertex there. So I can simply click and drag onto that vertex. Alright, I will do the same with this, and then I'll do the same with this. So they are in the right place. Alright, so that is our plan, and I've drawn a single line center line plan, and I'm going to draw walls around it. So we're going to go to standard primitives and then go to AEC extended, and we're going to use wall. So the wall is going to be 10 centimeters wide, and I'll make the walls 120 centimeters long. So we'll start from this point to this point. Okay, so that's the first wall, and then you can start from here to here to here, and then you can go all the way till here, and then end it. Okay, and there's a gap here, but that is fine, you cannot do anything about it. Okay, or we could have continued. Okay, let us do that. So we'll start again, and then go from here to then we will end here. Okay, that way we get a sharp edge here as well. Now this is an interior design project, so I'm not going to render it from outside. So what happens here is not that necessary. Anyways, I'll create another wall for the inside. And then the outer wall is going to be a parapet wall, so it is going to be not this one. This one is going to be 19 width. Okay, so everything is aligned perfectly, and we get our floor plan. Okay, so this is not aligned properly, so let us look at what is happening there. Alright, so this wall was not created correctly, so I will go to modify panel, open the wall vertex, select this vertex, and move it in the right place. Okay, it's still not in the right place. Okay, so you just need to snap it to the right place using the snap tool, and now it is snapped correctly. Okay, so we get that part done. Now we'll move on to the door. Alright, so we're going to create this door here, and then here you go to door, and we need a pivot door. Alright, So I will go to angle snap and we will turn on the edge, and we are using width, depth and height. So you click and drag, give a little bit of depth and go up and click, and then it creates door. Okay, so again I will do it one more time. Go to pivot, make sure that the excuse me, the edge and segment is selected. Then you click and drag. It doesn't matter how much it is right now, the length and width, just give some dimension to it. And once the door is created, if you go to the opening, you can swing it and you can see that there is an opening in the wall. Alright, so we don't have to create the door opening when you're modeling your walls. If you're using the wall element, this will not happen with a box, it will only happen with the wall, that you can insert a door or a window and an opening is created. Now in this case, now we can decide the depth. The height is going to be 210, the width is going to be 90. It's going to, you can flip the hinge, flip the swing, you can make a double door. Okay, but we don't need that. It's going to be opening 90 degrees, and then you can see that the door is 10 wide. Okay, now we can position the door correctly. Okay, you can turn the angle snap on and then move it around. So there is a frame width, okay, and then the frame depth. So we can decide what should be the size of the frame for our door. Okay, so this can be 5. And the width can be also 5. And depth can also be 5. So you can decide what is the size of your frame. Okay, and then you can also play with the type of the width of your door shutter and all that. All the parameters are here. I'm not going to waste the time, you can look into that. The thickness of the wall, the sill height, panel, how many panels you need. So you can work on designing your doors. Now we will create another door here. So again, angle snap on, click and drag, give it a little height, give it a little opening, go to modify panel, depth is 5, 75 will be the width and 210 will be the height. And then you can position the door. We can turn the angle snap on, and this door starts where this door shutter ends. Okay, so you can align it. And then we will add the third door here, and this again angle snap is going to be on, and we will use a sliding door. Okay, so again click and drag and height. Alright, and then again the width is going to be 5. This is 210 by 210. Okay, this is my dimension. You can use any dimension you like for your doors. And then turn the snapping off, and then position your doors, and then you can then slide it and then flip the slide also. Alright, so now we are supposed to design a TV unit, a dining table, there's a walk-in wardrobe, there's a bed and a side table, there's a pantry, there's going to be a bathtub, there's going to be a toilet, and a wash basin. Now some of these we will model and some of these we will import, and then we will look at the advantages and disadvantages of modeling something yourself or importing something which is ready-made. All right, so that we will continue to do in the next classes. See you then. Thanks.